Haven't already. And speaking of delicious, we're getting ready for Mother's Day brunch, and Joe, you guys have a treat for us.
Troy and I over here coming up with a game plan for the day. Troy, you always have a game plan when it comes to what's going on at Mandina's. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Joe. Thank you for having me again.
And you brought a whole smorgasbord of stuff like you usually do. So tell the folks what's coming up this Sunday at Mandina's.
Well, hey, it's Mother's Day this weekend, Sunday, and you know we do brunch on Sundays from 11 to 3, so what a better time to showcase our brunch menu here. We also have a Mother's Day special running Friday through the weekend. It's a blackened chicken carbonara pasta, which you see in the middle. But just starting from the end down here, we have eggs Florentine Benedict. That's just a little cream spinach and mushrooms underneath with a poached egg, hollandaise on top, and served with some breakfast potatoes. Here we got a steak Benedict. That's two 4-ounce fillets with poached egg, hollandaise, and breakfast potatoes.
And hit me again with the special times on that one.
This is a blackened chicken carbonara.
And the special runs from when to when?
It runs starting tonight at 4 o'clock all the way through the weekend.
Okay.
And then this is just a traditional Benedict here. It's just your regular Canadian bacon, poached egg, hollandaise, and breakfast potatoes. And then we have a breakfast platter over here, which comes with 2 eggs cooked any style you like, 2 different sides, potatoes, sausage on this plate, and a biscuit. And then we have several other sides that we also offer, some toast, grits, ham, and bacon.
That's great stuff. And you also brought a few drinks I see down here.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
about the drinks.
I mean, it's a good weekend to just bring your family out and, you know, have a good time. So we brought some wines and a couple of our craft cocktails. We have a French 75 classic in the champagne flute. We have a lemon drop martini and our little twist on a Moscow Mule. It's our Mandina Mule, just a little touch of strawberry puree in there to sweeten it up.
Ooh, I like that. I think that's a good idea right there. So we're going to get cooking in our next segment here, but tell us what you're going to prepare for us today and tell us some of the ingredients associated with that.
So today we're going to do a New Orleans style barbecue shrimp and grits. So that's basically just a really rich butter sauce. The base of the sauce is going to be beer, Worcestershire, and rosemary. And just the aromas and the flavors coming off this just going to blow your mind.
All right, and for the folks who have not been there before, tell us about Mandina's. Where is it located? How can they come see you guys?
Well, Mandina's, we're at 25,000 Bass Pro Drive, Suite 100. We're up the hill from Bass Pro and right across the street from the fort. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 9. And then on Sundays, we're open 11 to 8 with brunch on Sundays, 11 to 3.
Do you have to make reservations? Can you make reservations? Can you tell me about that process?
You don't have to make reservations on weekends like Mother's Day. I highly suggest it. We are pretty packed for the weekend as far as reservations go, but you're welcome to walk in. There just might be a little bit of wait for you.
One of the most popular restaurants, and with a good reason. The food is absolutely delicious. Troy has knocked it out of the park every time he's been here on Studio 10. Can't wait to make these shrimp and grits here on the show. Going to be so good. Troy, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Chelsea.
That's exactly right. We're with Troy Mendoza with Mandina's of Spanish Fort. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks again for having me.
And you are continuing to make some barbecue shrimp and grits.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to go ahead and start now. I preheated the skillet with just a little bit of olive oil in it. I'm going to throw in right about a half a pound of shrimp. That splatter. This is a little blackening seasoning that we make ourselves in-house. A little bit more on that. I'm going to add some fresh chopped garlic and some fresh chopped rosemary. For those of you at home that don't necessarily have access to the fresh rosemary, you could use the dried rosemary. It doesn't give quite as much of a punch as the fresh does. You could pretty much find the fresh rosemary in just about any grocery store in the produce section. Little packets of, you know, a couple of sprigs of it just for one recipe or so. But
I can tell you it's worth it just for the aroma alone, too, that I'm already getting from that. And so you guys are preparing right now for Mother's Day. Ahead of us, we already have a lot of the brunch specials. He brought them in just to kind of give you an idea. I'm always a visual eater. I always like to see what I'm ordering ahead of time. And then I understand that right here is the special that you guys have.
Yes, ma'am. That's our weekend special for Mother's Day this weekend. It's a blackened shrimp carbonara pasta with a penne pasta and the carbonara sauce with a little fresh tomatoes and English peas.
It looks very, very good. And me and you were talking not too long ago, and you guys have another special thing for Mother's Day, and that's going to be some mimosas.
Well, it's special every Sunday, but we are running it this Sunday. It's $2 mimosas during brunch. So
there you go. Make mom happy. Take her to get some inexpensive mimosas with this beautiful brunch food. And so what else are you going to do with the shrimp?
So right now we're about halfway cooked with our shrimp. So we're going to deglaze with a little beer. You can use any kind of beer that you like, any kind of local beer you have on hand. After that, we're going to hit it with a little bit of Lee and Perrins. And then some shrimp stock that we make in-house. And from there, we're just going to let it cook till all of that liquid just about evaporates. Then we'll lower the heat and throw in our butter and emulsify it all at the end and make a nice sauce out of it.
Very good. And I wish you guys could smell this too. It smells delicious. And so focusing more on Mandina's, you guys are located in Spanish Fort.
Yes, ma'am.
And so where is that location for those unfamiliar with it?
So we're on 25,000 Bass Pro Drive right off the interstate. We're right up the hill from Bass Pro itself and right across the street from the fort. So come on out and see us.
Yeah, nice central location. You guys are still, if not too full for Mother's Day, so come on out, just walk on in and hopefully they can find a spot for you guys, but also they do take reservations. But if someone's unable to make it for Mother's Day, but they still want to treat mom to something nice, you guys have some other specials during the week.
Well, we do have lunch specials all week long. We do steak nights on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. We have some really good prices on steaks. And then we'll be starting our weekly specials Friday through Sunday, you know, from here on out. So next week won't be the carbonara, but we'll have something extra that I'm working on throughout the week.
A lot of good food. We'd have Troy on a lot here, especially to talk about some of that steak night that they have going on. And so coming up in just a little bit, we're going to take the finishing touches on this barbecue shrimp and grits, correct? Awesome. So we're going to have all of that coming up soon.
We are back with Chef Troy with Mandina's of Spanish Fort. Today we are talking brunch for Mother's Day. If you are interested, we've been making barbecue shrimp and grits. You're almost done.
Yes, ma'am, we have. So we finished cooking it off. We reduced all our liquid to just about evaporated. And at that point, I added about 5 tablespoons of butter, reduced the heat real low, and we just kind of swirl it in to emulsify that butter and sauce together.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it tightening up as we swirl it around. And over here, what we do in the restaurant is we cook our grits and we set them in a sheet tray and let them cool so it kind of forms. And then we either deep fry them or just saute them on the flat top to kind of give it a little texture and a little different aspect of the dish here.
So is this strictly a brunch menu option?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and brunch is only served from 11 to 3 on Sundays.
11 to 3 on Sundays.
Okay, so a few options for you. We were just talking, you guys are busy every weekend, but especially this weekend when a lot of people are going to celebrate the mother figures in their life. Yep. You guys say go ahead and call to make those reservations, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty booked up now. We do have a few spots open, so call as quick as you can and try to get that last spot available. You are welcome to come on in, but you probably will be on a wait for a table.
Sure, yeah. So a few things to keep in mind this weekend if you are a little late to the party, like I am. We're a little late to the party.
We're just going to top this right over that grit cake.
Wow.
And we like to serve it with a little garlic bread so you can sop up some of that good sauce.
And your garlic bread, you know, I hear a lot of really big things from you guys, what people like, and the garlic bread has got to be in the top 5 of those.
Absolutely. It's served free. It comes free with every meal. We actually give it to you when you sit down. Just have something to snack on while you're waiting. And people love it. They order it all night long, and it's one of their favorite things about the restaurant.
That sauce. Man, the shrimp, everything about it, so delicious. While I continue to eat this, what do we have available up here?
So this is our brunch menu here. We have 3 Benedicts available. We have a egg Benedict Florentine, and that's just a little cream spinach with sauteed mushrooms instead of the ham. We have a steak Benedict, that's 2 4-ounce fillets topped with a poached egg and hollandaise. And then we have our traditional Benedict, which is just your ham, poached eggs, hollandaise. And then we also have a breakfast platter, which is 2 eggs cooked any style that you like, served with 2 sides and your choice of biscuit or toast. And then we have our barbecue shrimp and grits.
It's so delicious. You guys also have been snacking on these potatoes when you walked in this morning. I was like, oh, the potatoes. You were telling me you guys actually have some people that come in and strictly order those.
Absolutely. They love to order either just those by themselves or they'll order something off the lunch or dinner menu and try to sub one of those sides for the breakfast potatoes instead.
Oh, it's so delicious. Thank you so much for coming this morning. Remember their cocktails as well if you do want to drink. We've got some pests making their way into the kitchen slowly over here. He already stole a shrimp too. I said it's not fair.
Oh, the potatoes. Oh, the potatoes.
Okay, well, you go ahead and call Mandina's if you'd like to make your reservation. Again, it's going fast. Isn't that so delicious? Yeah, it doesn't get better than that.
That's amazing.
Is
this the same fork you just used?
Yes.
No.
Well, that's it.
It
It is what it is. Chef
Yep.
Troy, thank you so much for coming on.